2, Laney, Madison, Mafalda, Taylor, Crawford, and Alyssa, who also added 18 points in converts. Great team effort, exemplified by the play Devani Tin, who was a rock star in the rucking and tackling department, despite a bad knee and 2 wonky thumbs. Next up is Poppy on Monday. Girls, you're reminded of a short lunch meeting in Mr. Wimmer's room, starting at 11 o'clock. Congratulations to our Abbey Senior Robotics teams for their amazing display of coding skills and teamwork at last week's Skills Canada Principal Competition. Out of 27 teams, we took 5th and 2nd place. Team 1, Manny Bola, Jacob McCann, and Shitich earned a respectable 855 points and finished 5th. Team 2 won the silver medal. Samuel Scholl, Roy Lee, and Jasleen Braywell accumulated 1,045 points. Well done, team. There was a pair of prescription glasses turned into the office. They were found on the field yesterday. Please come to the office to claim them. Chef Roberts will be participating in the Rwanda basketball tournament today, so please come early to the cafeteria as it will be closing down at 11:10. Again, please come early to the cafeteria. It will only be open for 15 minutes. And on that note, today is the final game of the Rwanda tournament at lunch. For only $2, you can come out and watch the staff team trounce the no-name team, a team made up of the senior boys basketball players. Come on down to the pit at lunch to cheer us on and enjoy some quality basketball. Entertainment is guaranteed, and anyone wanting to play on the staff team can suit up. If you are a team-involved student in grades 9 to 11 and are able to miss a week of school next year to travel to Ottawa to learn about Canada and explore 15 career-oriented themes, see our government in action, have your parents' permission, and can pay $750. Please see Mrs. Doan this week for more information. And can the following students please see Mrs. Chartrand in the office at lunch for a pickup? Michael Schultz, Jacob Byron, Mark Destura, Marley Dick, Arwen Draper, and Kayla St. John. And can the owner of a blue Toyota 4-door station wagon come to the office for a pickup? The following students need to report to PAC today at lunch in room A209. Zardine Alkma, Abby Berg, Jonathan Blackwell, Riley Blanche, Shimron Bola, Mia Bolton-Trent, AJ Beaupry, Gagan Brar, Jaskaran Chima, Samson Cooper, Ethan Couture, Aisha Davidson, Mark Destura, Jamin Dada, Erlyn Daldilau, Austin Dick, Lydia Flores Salazar, Jordan Fogarty, Blake Fonseca, Arkaran Gill, Michaela Godin, Javon Graywall, Jordan Hogg, Akshay Kalia, Sean Karud, Sonia Karana, Logan Kirkwood, Jamie Kobayashi, Ethan Lang, Hazel Lee, Hannah Mann, Cole Mattern, Kevin Morales, Nicholas Kenny, Fikiomi Olabode, Joey Parisian, Jonathan Fuente, Gerline Rekard, Nick Rendelich, Jidu Saleh, Jiwon Joe Sandu, Colton Sawatsky, Mavis Schmidt, Jade Schwab, Sage Schwab, Yana Shear, Manbir Sidhu, Mikey Somerville, Damian Thompson, Malik Ubiko, and Annalise Veit. Have a great day, Panthers. Now back to learning.
Pack list is over. Everyone should be done. What's the first one? 6x to the 5th. Y to the 4th. 4x 4th y squared. 14x cubed y. That is the first expansion. Any questions? I hope not, because it's multiplying. Red one, what do you need to do first? The exponent. So that is x plus 2. And then you have to do this, which is, of course, x plus 3 times x plus 3, which, of course, is the shortcut. X squared, 3 plus 3 plus 6x, 3 times 3 plus 9. Then what? How many distributions must be done? 2 distributions of 3 each, so there will be 6 answers. X cubed plus 6x squared plus 9x plus 2x squared plus 12x plus 18. Then I collect my like terms. 8x squared plus 21x plus 18. And lastly, what type of factoring must I do here? GCF is what we call it, but in this case, it's not going to be the GCF. Why? Because they're all what? They're all divisible by 3, so that's the greatest common factor. But why am I not going to use the greatest common factor? They're all negative. So what do I remove instead of 3? When they're all negative, I remove negative 3. Now, in grade 10, will I penalize you for only removing the 3? No. But factoring, as I have told you, the way we teach math in BC, we teach you something and then we don't teach you what you're going to use it for like 5 years later. But factoring is going to be a huge part of grade 11. And in grade 11, factoring is made much easier if you remember that you can take a negative out as well. Okay? Sometimes it is better to remove that negative. So you're going to take out a negative 3 and what letters? X and y squared. And then you are going to rewrite it such that your common factor is first, and then all the answers. What is the first answer? If I took out a negative. If you didn't take out a negative, your first answer is going to be negative, isn't it? But whatever I write here, if you have the opposite of what I write, you've done it correctly. All right? So the way I've done it, what is this going to be? 2x, y. Then what? Plus 6xy, 6y, plus 9. No x, just 9. Now, should you ever hand me in an answer in this unit that is wrong? No, why not? What can you always do at the end? You can check and see if it works. You are all going to finish your quizzes and tests before the time is up. Then you're going to sit there and play Word Buddy or whatever is the new thing you're playing on your phone right now instead of checking your math. And then I'm going to hand it back to you with a bunch of stupid mistakes on it that you didn't make because you don't know how to multiply and divide. You made them because you aren't checking over your work. If the grade matters more than getting that third 5-letter word, then check your work. If Word Buddy is more important to you, then keep going the way you're going. Do I make myself clear? Excellent. Quiz time. Close up your books. This quiz has 6 expansion questions and 6 GCF questions. Remember, in a perfect world, sometimes you don't take out the GCF, you remove the GCF, but it's negative. Okay? It is 6 questions long. I have budgeted for 3 minutes per question. That is 20 minutes with some space. Yeah? I lie, it's 6 questions of each. So I have budgeted for 1.5 minutes per question. Some of them will take you 10 seconds. Others will take longer. That is ample time to get it done. As you can see, I did these 3 in something like 4 minutes while I was talking about it. You are all capable of doing this. Remember to put your name on it, because you're going to give it back to me after we've marked it so I can record it. it is nothing to be stressed about, of course, because it doesn't actually count for your grade. It just reminds you before your test on this unit that maybe you should have a quick look at expansion and GCF if you didn't get a very good grade on this. Timer will start when I set it. Remember, names, please. Did I hand out enough in that group? I was talking and I think I may not have. Damn it. Go. I miss you too? Holy crap. You may mark your own because, of course, I trust you. Because why would you lie about something that doesn't count when there are so many more important things to lie about? Who would like to say their answer to the first one? 8x to the fourth. Keep going, Prab. That's only the first part of it.
Minus 28x cubed plus 12x squared.
Done. It is worth 1 mark. If you don't have that, you don't get 1 mark. If you have a negative in the wrong spot, you can take half a mark. I don't know, Sage. Who would like to do number 2? Satchot, hit me. 56k to the fourth. Excellent. If you have that, you have a second mark. Who would like to do the third one? Oh, the volunteers dry up all of a sudden. Prab? Yes. 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 Plus 8.
And 48x squared minus 56x plus 8.
Nicely done. Wow. Good work. Who would like to do the fourth one now that they've seen that they did the third one right? So they now know how to do the fourth one. Rylan. Oh. But negative 8 minus 48 is negative 56. It's adding, dude. Give yourself a half a mark. Who would like to do 4? Nathan, hit me.
40 a squared minus 35a 16a minus 14 40a squared minus 19a minus 14.
Booyah, Grandpa. Well done. And who would like to do 5 now that they know what they're doing? Don't all put your hands up at once. It makes it hard to choose. Sam.
6x squared plus 12
Abso-smurfly correct. And now, trouble. Except it's not trouble. Because all you do is the exact same thing that you've just done 5 times. You just got to do it one more time. So I'm just going to do this one. 5p to the 4th plus 5p cubed plus 2p squared. Then I'm going to change color to make it easy. Plus 10p cubed plus 10p squared plus 4p. Then I'm going to change color to make it easy. Minus 10p squared minus 10p minus 4. Then I'm going to change color to make it easy. And I'm going to collect my like terms. 5p to the 4th plus 15p cubed plus 2p squared minus 6p minus 4. All that's out of 6. Always doing is multiplying and knowing our exponent laws. Now, here's where we're going to get into trouble, right? So, what's the GCF there? You could take a negative 8, so you get rid of that negative at the beginning, or you could take 8. I don't care. So you either have 8 and negative 9x plus 5, or you have negative 8 and then 9x minus 5. I will accept either one. This one is, squared. Yeah, I forgot the squared. The pink one is the better one for the future. But right now I will take either one. I'm sorry, what? No. How could you do that? There's no x's over here. This one, again, if you took out a negative, you have negative 2x squared, and you left in there x to the 6th. Sorry, not 2, idiot head. X squared, and you left negative 2 plus 9, x to the 6th. That's one way. You could also, if you did it better, you would have taken out a negative x squared and left in 2x to the 6th minus 9. This is better because the negative is outside of the brackets. But I do not care. If you have either the green or the pink, you get the mark. Okay? Okay. This one, you could take out a negative 3 because there's a negative here. Or you could take a positive 3 because if you put this in the right order, this should be first, right? But I don't care about the order. So you can take out either a 3 or a negative 3, right? Best thing to do in this case, because this should be 30p to the 6th minus 24p squared plus 9p minus 18. That's how it should be written. So the best thing you could do here is take out a positive 3. Everybody okay? But again, I don't care. We're just learning. So I'm going to take out a positive 3. Can I take out any p? No, why not? Because 18 has nothing. So then it's going to be 10p to the 6th minus 8p squared plus 3p minus 6. If you took out a negative, this is going to be negative here, and all these signs will change. You can give yourself a mark if you did so. Okay? Okay. What about this one? What's coming out? You could take out a 6. Anything else? So if a 6 comes out, I'm going to have 7 plus 3y squared minus 5x plus 8x squared. Yeah? Everybody okay with that? Okay. I'm happy with that, but there's something else you could have done. You could have done this. What would come out of there? 6, right? So you'd have 6, 7 plus 3y squared, minus, and what's coming out of there? 6, look closer, 6x, and that would give you 5 plus 8x. If you took it to there, I'm happy too. You could even go one step further there, but I'm happy with either of those things. Everybody okay with that? What's coming out here? 3 m squared n squared. It'll catch up. 4m to the fourth n to the fourth plus 7 n cubed minus 4. Ooh, it didn't catch up. It really went in the pooper. Oh, it's really dead today. Spectacular. What's coming out of 12 while we wait? What should you take out? Out of 12? Number 12. What's coming out? Negative 2 is the best. Do you guys have different numbers? Yeah. The best thing that could come out of there would be negative 2x squared. Negative 2x squared. And that would leave me with y to the 7th 8x squared. But of course, if you took out a positive 2, both these signs are changed. And that will be also out of 6, making the whole thing out of 12. Give yourself a mark out of 12. I know it's just changed and gone in the pooper again. Give yourself a mark out of 12. Hand it forward. Now, this is an X block week, yes? This is the most basic part of this unit, which is the most basic part of 3 or 4 units in grade 11. If you're having trouble with this, when should I see you writing your name under the C on my board? Right now. Or, if you don't wish to write your name on the C under my board, at what lunch hour should I see you? This one. Or tomorrow's one. Will I be able to see you for Fridays? No. Why? I am not going to be here. What are you people doing Friday? No. You are writing either your factoring test on this stuff or your cumulative, depending on how today goes. Okay? Most likely it will be your factoring test, and your cumulative test will be next week. Because I am not 100% sold on your factoring strength yet. Okay? And we haven't even done the hard one. Yeah. Okay. Hand those up to the front, please. Thank you, Prab. Nice job, Prab. Nice job. Look at all this. Well. Isabel, that's a cool ink. I would like that green pen. When you leave, because your pen won't work in Brazil, because you're upside down, because you're on the other side of the equator, you can leave that pen with me. Okay. That's not really true, ladies and gentlemen. That's not what happens. Huh? When's my birthday? Saturday. But I won't be here Friday, and you won't be here Saturday. So you should make sure your presents get to me tomorrow so you don't feel bad about yourselves. Now, of course, YouTube friends, I am just joking. I do not expect anything from my students except attention in class. They don't even give me that either. They could give me that for free. Hey, did you talk to Joel? No. Oh, okay. Huh? What? That's horse crap. What? You had what? Oh. All right. Let us move along, cabbages, to page. Pen is dead. Sure, maybe. 137. Oh, you haven't seen the right answer to 136, have you? No, we were going to do that today. You need to see the right answers to 135, yeah? Most of you probably stopped there. That makes me sad because, of course, it's really x plus 4, x minus 4, x plus 1, x minus 1 because of those things we did yesterday. This is x plus 10, x minus 3. This is 10, x minus y. This is 6, x squared minus 2. Can I go further? No. Why not? 2 is not a perfect square. This one is x squared plus 8x plus 16. And then, of course, that is x plus 4 squared. X plus 11. I lie. X plus 7. X minus 11. X minus 5. X minus 3. 4x squared minus x minus 12. 4x plus 3. X minus 4. X plus 12. X minus 2. Any questions to there? Going once. Going twice. Going thrice. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please notice that I just did 9 of those questions in about 45 seconds, yes? All in my head, yes? It is possible I made an error. I don't usually, as you well know, when you think about how much work I do on this screen, I don't make that many errors, but I do make them. So if you have something different than me, by all means, say, what about number 6? And I can relook at it, because it's possible I made an error. Because I'm also not taking the time to check it, right? I'm just whipping through so we can get on to our next thing. Is everybody okay? All righty. $24. I know it's blue. Is everybody okay to there? Nathan. Bottom of 10. This factors. Okay. You do it again because there are numbers that multiply to 24 and add to 2. 6 minus 4. And I needed the y and the y because I needed a y squared right there. Keep going until you can't go anymore. Any other questions up to 16? Once. Twice. Thrice. And lastly, most of you might have stopped there, but of course you should have seen 6 and 4 have a common factor, yes? So 2, 3x plus 2, then 2x minus 1. This one, you of course remember you had to divide this by -1 to change this, which makes that negative x. So I get 3 minus x and x minus 1. Yeah? Yeah. Please notice I have not been checking your homework for reasons that will become clear very soon. Okay? Page 136. I want to come back to 136. Let's move on to 137, please. If I want to expand this, can I use the little shortcut? This one. Sure I can. What's the answer? What about the middle term? 10x plus 24. Because we remember that this term is for plus 6, and this term is for times 6, right? And then if we wanted to factor that, we'd look for the numbers that multiply to 6, 24, and add to 10. Everybody cool? We can factor anything that has no number there if we can find the numbers that multiply and add, right? Everybody's cool with that, yeah? So if I gave you x squared plus 14x plus 40, we could all factor that, yeah? Numbers that multiply to 40 and add to 14, what are they? 10 and 4, right? Everybody cool? Now, listen, please. Please notice that the talent here is not in the actual factoring. The talent is how quickly you see that pair, right? And sometimes you don't see that pair very quickly, so then you just got to list them. 1 and 40, no. 2 and 20, no. 4 and 10, oh, there it is. Okay? I used to teach a kid, this factoring used to be in the 9th grade. And I taught a kid about 8 years ago. And not a word of a lie, he's one of my favorite kids in the world, man. He was such a great kid. That kid, what's 1 plus 2, kid? I don't actually know, Mr. Myers. I'm going to go to my calculator. I am not joking. That is what that kid was like in math class. Then we did factoring, and I would write one up, x squared plus 27x plus 140. And the kid would go, 27, right away. Like, I wouldn't even finish writing it out. He would go, 20 and 7. It was the weirdest thing in the world. And that kid could do nothing else in grade 9. Except this. And then everybody in the class was like, we're so stupid because that kid who doesn't even know how to add can do this right. I'm like, oh my goodness. No. Okay? Everybody understand? And if I ever see that kid again, I don't get to see him. If I did, I would tell him. Okay, is everybody cool? Some people see the pairs faster than others, but everybody can find the pairs, right? Okay, now, is this down here factored or expanded? No. I'm not at what to do. Is this in factored form or expanded form? Right now it's factored because this is factor 1 and it's multiplying by factor 2. Agreed? And we all agree that factoring is the reverse of expansion, yes? So if I expand this, obviously I will get a trinomial that allows me to factor it, yes? Because we can see the factors are right here. Everybody cool? All right, so let's do that. If I expand this, I get 6x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 2, yes? Which would get me 6x squared minus x minus 2. Is everybody cool? Okay, now, you all already know that this will factor to this, yes? So we already know the answer. But I'm going to show you how to deal with this right now, okay? Now listen to me carefully. I know 3 ways to factor this, okay? One of them is what I was taught when I was your age. Kids find it very, very confusing. I don't like to use it, so I don't like to teach it, okay? The second way is the way that everybody from another country has learned to factor this. The problem with that plan is you have to guess. Right now it's very easy because 6 doesn't have many factors. There's not a lot of pairs that we could work with for 6. So the guesswork won't take very long, okay? But because it's guessing, and you might have to do it 18 times to get the right answer, I don't like teaching that one either. Because if you have to do that 18 times over and over again, are you going to get a lot of work done? No. So I don't like to teach that one either. The third way uses what you already know with one extra step. It's exactly the same as what we've already done, but we use one extra step. And that's the one I like to teach because there's no guessing. It always works first time. Everybody cool? All right. So you can't do this, but I'm going to erase this because we want to pretend, I don't know the factors. Everybody cool? So we are going to factor this. So I'm going to write it over here again. 6x squared minus x minus 2. Now, look at that. What bothers you about it? We've had negative x's before. That's no big deal. X squared minus 3x plus 2. What bothers us here? The middle, we've done that before too. It's 1. Nathan. We've done that before too. I'm confused as to why everybody doesn't see you can factor that in your sleep. How is that different from that? Jacqueline. There's a 6 there. We don't know what to do when there's a 6 there. Now, sometimes we're able to divide by 6, aren't we, to get rid of it? Can I do that here? Why not? Because there's a 1 and a 2, so I can't GCF it, yes? But if there was no x there, or no 6 there, we would know what to do, right? We would multiply to 24 and add to 10, yes? Everyone's cool with that, right? But there is a 6 there. Now, if that 6 wasn't there, we would multiply to 2, wouldn't we? Right? But that 6 is there. So it's 6 times bigger than what we're used to dealing with, right? Because when there's no number there, that's a 1. And now it's a 6. Cool? So when it was a 1, we had to multiply to 24, but now our equation is 6 times bigger. So what do you think we have to multiply to? We should have multiplied to 2, but it's 6 times bigger. So what do we have to multiply to? Pardon? 12. What kind of 12? Negative 12. How do I know what to do there? I take A, B, C. I take A times C. And that's what goes there. Everybody with me? So I need to multiply to negative 12. Now, that's the only new step. Everything else is going to be the same. So I multiply to negative 12. What do I add to? Negative 1. What are the factors? What are the factors of 12 that add to 1? Is it 1 and 12? Is it 2 and 6? Is it 3 and 4? How do I get 3 and 4 to get negative 1? 4 has to be negative. Everybody is cool to there, yes? And I said nothing changes, so let's write it out again. X minus 4 and x plus 3. Now leave a space there. Now, how did I know I had to go to 12? What did I do? I multiplied by 6, yes? So I know it's 4 and 3 if I multiply by 6, right? But I'm trying to factor, yes? So what do you think I need to do to those? Because the only reason I know it's 4 and 3 is because I multiplied by 6. So how do I get rid of that multiplied by 6? I divide by 6. And here is the other new thing. Here, you divide by A. Now, would you ever hand Mrs. Bad Crumble fractions that look like that? No. What would you do with 4 and 6? It would become what? 2/3, yes? Everybody agree? And what would you do with 3 and 6? 1/2. Everybody cool? Everybody good? Now, stop for a moment. This is what we have now. X minus 2/3 times x plus 1/2. Yes, don't write this down. Everybody agrees that's what we have, right? Everyone's cool with that? Now, watch. If I FOIL this, I get x squared plus 1/2 x minus 2/3 x minus 2 over 6, yes? Everyone agrees? Which would get me x squared. 1/2 minus 2/3 is negative 3 minus 4. Negative 1/6 x minus 2/6. Everyone agree? I've just done the math. I got my common denominator. I collected my like terms. And there's my 2/6. Is everyone good to there? What about this green thing bothers you? The fractions. How would you get rid of those 6's? You would multiply by 6, wouldn't you? What is 6 times x squared? 6x squared. What is 6 times 1/6? Negative 1x. What is 6 times 2/6? Negative 2. Isn't that what we were starting with? So, the only problem here are these fractions, yes? Take the bottom number, move it to the front. Take the bottom number, move it to the front. 3x minus 2, 2x plus 1. 3x minus 2, 2x plus 1. Everybody see? Now, the only way to get good at it is to actually practice it, yes? So, please notice we are doing everything the same until the fraction. And then we're just moving the denominator to the front. The reason I wrote this out in green was to show you why it works. You don't need to know why it works, but it works. And if it works once in math, how often does it work? Always. So let's look at number 1 here, and let's take a moment. What bothers us about number 1? The 20. Can I get rid of it by dividing? No, why not? 33 doesn't divide by 20, 10 doesn't divide by 20. Agreed? So I got to say, okay, Myers showed me what to do here. I take that, and I multiply by that. What do I have to get to now? 200. 20 times 10 is 200. And I have to add to what? 33. Is it 1 and 200? No. 2 and 100. 4 and 50. 5 and 40. No. 8 and 25. Yes. So this is 8 and 25. How will they both get me to 33? They're both positive, yes? So it is x, sorry, not x, because we're using the letter b plus 25. But it's not really 25, is it? Because I had to multiply by 20. So what do I have to do to this 25? Divide that 20 out. And b plus 8. But it's not really 8, because I had to multiply by 20. So what do I got to do? Divide that 20 out. Now, would Mrs. Bad Crumble allow you to hand in those fractions? No, so what do I need to do? Simplify first. Always simplify first. What's 25 and 20 become? 5 over 4. What's 8 and 20 become? 2 over 5. Is it simplified? What should I do with the denominators now? Move them to the front. So what's the first answer going to be? What's this part going to be? 4b plus 5. What's this part going to be? No, the denominator moves. 5b. Can I check it? Easy. What's 4 times 5? 20. Did we want 20? Yup. What's 5 times 2? 10. Did we want to end in 10? If the front and the back work, the middle works, and we're done. Everybody cool? It's exactly the same thing as what we've been doing, except we've added this multiply and this divide. Otherwise, it's the same thing, yes? So, what bothers us about 2? I don't like the 3, and I can't divide it out. So what do I got to do? Bring it over here. What do I got to multiply to? Negative 30, and what do I got to add to? Negative 13. Is it 1 and 30? No. 2 and 15? Yeah. 2 and 15. How do 2 and 15 get me to negative 13? Negative 15. So now I write it out the way I already know. S minus 15. But it's not 15 because we had to multiply by 3. So what do I do here? Divide by 3. And S plus 2. But it's not plus 2 because I multiply by 3. So what do I got to do? Divide by 3. Do we like that fraction? What does it become? 5. S minus 5. Does that simplify? No, so where does the denominator go? To the front, 3s plus 2. How do I check if I did it right? Front and back. Does s times 3s give me 3x s squared? Does negative 5 times 2 give me negative 10? So am I right? Yes. How long does it take to check? Literally 1 second. 2 seconds, really? To go 3 times 1 and 5 times 2? All right, I'll allow you 2 seconds. Everybody cool? Now, can you forget all your other rules? No. Look at number 3 and tell me what the first thing you should do is before you do what you just learned. GCF. Why? Because 3, 3, 3, yes? So I'm going to divide by 3, and then I rewrite it as 3, 2x squared minus 7x plus 3, correct? Now, I forget about that 3. Can I stop writing that 3? No, I cannot stop writing the 3, but I'm not going to do any more work with that 3. Now, my work is in here. I can't get rid of the 2, so what do I got to do? So I need to multiply to what? 6 and add to what? Negative 7. What are the factors that do it? 1 and 6. How do 1 and 6 get me to negative 7? Both are negative. And then I rewrite. X minus 1, but it's not minus 1. Hey.
I was wondering if Kelly might be here or if Yen is here.
Yen is back there. Why was it 1? Because we multiplied by 2. So how do I get rid of that? Divide by 2. Why was it 6? Because I multiplied by 2. So what do I got to do? Divide by 2. Would Mrs. Bad Crumble let any of those fractions fly? She'd let the first one fly because it's simplified. Would she let the second one? What does that one become? 3. And then I rewrite. 3. Where's that 2 go? 2x minus 1 and x minus 3. And then I check. Is 2 times 1... Sorry. Is 2 times 1 2? Is 1 times 3 positive 3? And then if I bring that 3 into it, do I get back to the beginning? And I'm good to go. Everybody understand? Okay, now listen. Go to 138 is today's work. Remember, if there's a number out in front, you just got to do the multiply thing. If you can GCF, do you GCF? Yes, every chance you get. Okay?